on the screen, please, so we can all say that together? There it is. So together, we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. Yeah. So let's take a moment and greet your neighbor. Hugs, handshakes. If you see someone you don't know, find out their name. Get to know them a little bit. Let's find our seats, please. And having done that, we're going to, please, to be continued after the service in hospitality, right? Lots more visiting after the service. Meanwhile, we're going to ask Reverend Ron Fox to open the service with prayer.
I just have to say, what a great morning so far, huh? Aren't these guys great? So how about we take a moment? Today's the day we celebrate love. So let's just do that. So I celebrate the divine presence that loves each and every one of us, that loves us with a love that's beyond anything we can really know, but we can experience it. And let's celebrate the divine love that's in this room, where we just greeted each other with love and joy and kindness. And let's celebrate the love for the people in this congregation that for whatever reason can't make it today, but we know that Spirit is loving them and embracing them. And we celebrate the love for people all over the world, in churches, in mosques, in temples, wherever they are, knowing that they too are part of this great spiritual love. And I celebrate too people everywhere that in this day, in this time, in this holiday season, for whatever reason, are hurting. And we know that even if they can't see it, that Spirit is loving them, embracing them, and sending them its compassion. And this morning, I also send love to the students at Brown who were shot yesterday, to their parents, to the 11 people in Australia that were shot during a Hanukkah celebration. I know that while all of them are hurting, Spirit is sending them and embracing them its love, its compassion, its kindness, and beyond all that, a peace that surpasses all understanding. And so for all of this love that Spirit sends us, and all of the love that we are sharing right here today and will continue to share throughout the week, I just give thanks, I let it be, and so it is.
And now's the time in the service when we bless our children, the children in Sunday school across the hall, the children here in the sanctuary, and all the children all around the world. So rub the hands together, get a little energy going, directed at the kids across the hall, on the stage, in the sanctuary, and all around the world. And we'll say together, children, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. All right, so that brings us to our reader. Who do we have today? I think it's Sophia to read Daily Word or the Advent book.
Good morning, Unity of Melbourne, everyone here and everyone online. This is the third week of Advent. We're still doing purple. The first week was faith and hope. The second week was peace. This week is love, and next week will be joy, which will be pink. I give and receive love with gratitude and joy. This Advent season, I turn my attention to the myriad ways love expresses within and all around me. I feel called to share blessings of love with people in all circumstances and receive their blessings of love and kind. I may join in festive celebrations, sharing cheer in fellowship with friends and colleagues. I practice patience and understandings, especially during moments of frustration as I go about my Christmas preparations. I feel compassion for those who struggle during the holidays and reach out to them with support and caring. There are some of the ways that I show love to others. When I receive their time, attention, and gifts with gratitude, I am letting them show their love to me. And our affirmation for today is, I give and receive love with gratitude and joy. Amen.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. And now is the time we prepare for meditations. We're going to have the kids come back and sing a song for us. So please refrain from applauding after this one. Just let yourselves settle into meditation. They'll sing some more after meditation, and you can show them your love then. All right? You guys need this.
So let's take a gentle moment to become still. Allow your body to settle into comfort and invite the breath to soften and deepen. With each inhale, receive life. With each exhale, release all that is not needed in this moment. Now bring your awareness to your heart center, the quiet, sacred space within. Imagine a warm, radiant light there, glowing softly. This light is love itself, pure, unconditional, and eternal. It's not something you create. It's something you remember. As you breathe, feel this love expanding. It fills your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands. It moves gently through your body, dissolving tension, easing old fears. Love knows no barriers. Love simply flows. Silently affirm, I am an expression of divine love. Love lives through me now. Now allow this love to extend beyond your body. Let it flow outward into this room, into this community, embracing every person, every story, every life. There's nothing to fix, nothing to change, only love recognizing itself. If a face comes to mind, someone you cherish, or even someone who's been difficult, wrap them gently in this light. There is no effort here, only allowance. Love heals by being present. Rest for a few breaths in this awareness. There's no effort here, only allowance. Love heals by being present. And as we gently return to this room, carry this knowing with you that every word you speak, every action you take can be a doorway through which love enters the world. We give thanks for this truth and let it be. And so it is.
Before Reverend Ron joins us to give his talk, and I'm going to sing with them on this one. This is Pat-a-Pan.
Really take your little drum, rub and take your fife and come. When we hear the tune you play, to-roo-the-roo-doo, pat-a-pat-a-pan. When we hear the tune you play, how can anyone be glum? When the men of olden days gave the King of Kings their praise, they had pipes on which to play, to-roo-the-roo-doo, pat-a-pat-a-pan. They had drums on which to play, full of joy on Christmas Day. God and man this day be come, Lord is one with fife and drum. Let the happy tune play on, to-roo-the-roo-doo, pat-a-pat-a-pan. Pipe and drum together play as we sing on Christmas Day. Will you take your little drum, rock and take your fife and come? When we hear the tune you play, to-roo-the-roo-doo, pat-a-pat-a-pan. When we hear the tune you play, how can anyone be glum? Pat-a-pan, 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 pat-a-pan.
I'm going to introduce the singers before they leave. This is Ellie. Ellie's a senior this year. This is Desiree. Desi just turned 14. She's been with us since she was about 7. Scarlett is a senior this year also been with us since she was really tiny. Zoe has been with me since she was a baby. Zoe is 14 also. Ezrin is new this year. She's 10. Riley you already met. Also a senior this year. This is Althea. She's new this year. She's also 10, right? Okay. And Olivia was new last year. She's 11 this year? 11. And already getting taller than me. So, Thank you so much for having them today. Take a bow, you guys.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Collect your belongings and go. They're going to leave us now because they're going to go sing in Merritt Island, at Unity of Merritt Island. Thanks, you guys. Yes, take your ukulele, please. All right.
What a great way to start out. So the message today is love is the answer. And before I get to the heart of the message, I want to read you two quick quotes and give you two examples of what I'm going to speak on. First quote is from Mother Teresa, who said, "Spread love wherever you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier." And the second quote is from Maria Shriver, who writes a weekly column. And last week she wrote this: "Dear God, may we be given the courage to choose love each day and the grace to show compassion to those who we find hard to love and the strength to work together to build the world we long for." So I wanted to give you two quick examples of what I'm speaking about. And first one is I read this, a young woman wrote it about her parents. And her mother was a beautiful woman who really prided herself on being beautiful. And her dad was kind of a gruff old guy, football coach all his life. And he overheard a conversation between the mother and daughter one day. And the mother was saying to the daughter, "Now that I'm older, I can't bend down to paint my toenails anymore." And the dad heard this and he said, "I'll do it for you." And the mom said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I love you and I want you to feel beautiful every day that you live." And I thought, there's two things about that really grabbed me. One was just the fact that he said he would do it, but he also said he would do it not for him to have a beautiful wife, but for her to feel beautiful. The second thing I wanted to read you, it's called "Make the Chili." A good friend of mine unexpectedly lost his wife a couple of months later, we were golfing together, chatting about nothing else. He asked me what my dinner plans were, and I told him, "Wifey wanted my homemade chili and cornbread, but I didn't feel like stopping at the store." We golfed a few more minutes when he quietly said, "Make the chili." It took me a few more minutes to realize we were no longer talking about dinner. It was about going out of your way to do something for somebody you love, because at any moment, they could unexpectedly be taken from you. So today, I'm sharing that wisdom handed by my dear friend that I've thought about many times since that day. Next time, somebody you love wants you to go for a walk, or watch a football game, or play a board game, or just put your phone down and give them your undivided attention, just do it. Make the chili. So most of us, I think, are familiar with conditional love. The love that says, be good, get all A's, look nice, eat your vegetables, and then I'll love you. Real love has nothing to do with what you wear or what you do. It's not a commodity. It's about being. We don't love because we're loved. We love because God loved us first. You know, there's always a constant supply of God's love. We can't wear it out. You know, there's like no time you ever prayed and God said, you know what? I used up today's quantity of love. Pray again tomorrow. We can't do that. And the truth is, and we probably all know this, that the more love we give away, the more love we get back. Wayne Weller, who's one of my favorite writers that I think I've talked about before, he said, real love is when we do ordinary things with great tenderness, like a kind word, a simple meal, a touch, a hug. Ernest Holmes wrote, people are dying for real human interest, for people to tell them they're all right. We all want to be validated. We want to feel important to the people that are close to us. Just being present for somebody is enough. And I have to tell you, my wife reminded me of this a few days ago. A good friend of ours whose husband died a few years ago, she private messaged me on Facebook and she said, you know, I think I feel worse now than I did when it happened. And so I told her, give us a buzz. And when I got done with the private message, I turned to Becky and I said, you know, I'm not exactly sure what to say to her after all the times we've spoken. And Becky said to me, don't say anything, just listen. So I want to read something to you. It's Words of Wisdom by Just Being Me. And it's titled, My Oath to You. When you are sad, I will share your tears. When you are scared, I will comfort your fears. When you are worried, I will give you hope. When you are confused, I will help you cope. And when you are lost and can't see the light, I shall be your beacon, shining so ever bright. This is my oath, I pledge to the end. Why, you ask? Because I am your friend. You know, in our day-to-day relationships, the challenge is to look beyond our differences and see that we're all just spirit expressing. You know, it's giving completely of ourselves. A few years ago, Becky and I had a friend spend a weekend with us. And the last day she was with us, before she left, she said, you know, I have to tell you guys something. You are a joyous couple. And it made our day. In fact, it made the rest of the weekend. We kept thinking, whoa, she thinks we're a joyous couple. Isn't that cool? And at the time, I used to have all of these, whenever I saw a really good quote I liked, I put it on a Post-it, and I put the Post-it on our bathroom mirror. And finally, one day, Becky came to me, and she said, you got to take those Post-its down. And I said, why? And she said, I can't see what the hell I'm doing when I'm trying to comb my hair. But I kept one of them. And this is the one I kept. It's the definition of a spiritual relationship. It's really simple, too. It's honoring the other person's truth and wanting the best for them. Honoring the other person's truth and wanting the best for them. Isn't that a great way to live? You know, and when I think about it, I think what honoring their truth means, it means accepting them for whoever they are, the good and the not so good, because none of us are perfect. So Richard Albert was a guy who was a Harvard professor, and he had all of the toys. He had his own plane, cars, and then he underwent a spiritual experience, and he became Ram Dass, who probably most of you have heard of. And Ram Dass writes about love. And he said, imagine feeling a love that's greater than any you've ever felt, even greater than the love that your parents had for you. You're loved for just being who you are, just for existing. And none of your faults matter. This love is a part of you. It's always flowing through you. It's unconditional love. It's a part of your inner being. It's not being loved for something you do or something you don't do. It's not being loved because somebody else loved you. It's love for no reason. It's simply being love. And when we get in that touch with that love, then we're able to pass that love on to somebody else. We get rid of judgment and we just love. You know, I was talking about quotes before. One of my favorite quotes is from Ram Dass that I think is so deep, and it's only a few words. He wrote, "We're all just walking each other home. We're all just walking each other home." You know, somebody once wrote, "There's only one path to heaven on earth, and we call it love." A lady named Susan Steinbaum said that we need to give up living from our heads and living from our hearts, that there's a big difference between the two. When we live from our heart, we feel at peace, we feel at ease, because we have that inner knowing, we lead with love. You know, we all need each other. We're social beings. We aren't meant to be alone. We need each other for caring, for tenderness, for hugs, for emotional support, for connection, for companionship, for fun, for laughter, for adventure. When we feel connected and supported, we thrive. Those are the times that we thrive in life. You know, I've also spoken before about Barbara DeAngelis. And Barbara DeAngelis, I love her writing because it's so simple and easy and profound. And she wrote about love, and she says, love offers us the opportunity for spiritual awakening, because when we love, we drop all the barriers to separation and we feel and experience oneness. And she said, you know, all great creations begin with a vision. Artists have a vision of what it is they either want to draw or paint. Architects have a vision of the building that they want to create. Musicians hear the music that they want to create. And she said that she and her husband, they had a vision for their relationship. And I just want to read to you, it's just 3 simple things. The first one, she said, we've been brought together for the purpose of helping each other grow and will be each other's teacher. The second part, she said, is our relationship is a precious gift. It will take us through whatever we need to learn to become a more conscious, loving human being. And the last one is the challenges and difficulties we experience will always illuminate our most needed lessons. So some of you might have heard of Mitch Albom. Mitch Albom is a sports writer for the Detroit Free Press. He's also written a whole bunch of novels. But I think it was the first book he ever wrote. He wrote in 1997, and he wrote it, he went to Brandeis University, and he wrote it because the teacher he was closest to, who he loved and was his mentor, He heard that teacher was dying, and he went to see him, and then he went to see him every Tuesday. And that's how the book that most of you probably heard of, Tuesdays with Maury, that's how that book came to be. And Maury imparted some of his wisdom on Mitch about life and loving, and I want to share some of it with you. He said to him, ask yourself, am I being the person that I want to be? And he said, you know, so many people live meaningless lives because they choose the wrong things. He said, we live a meaningful life when we love others and when we do what gives us meaning and what gives us purpose. And then he gave Mitch 4 questions to think about. So I want to share those questions with you. Have you found someone to share your heart with? Are you giving to your community? Are you at peace with yourself? Are you trying to be as human as you can be? You know, I think I'll do them again. Have you found someone to share your heart with? Are you giving to your community? Are you at peace with yourself? Are you trying to be as human as you can be? So before I close, I want to do a quick exercise with you that if you like it, you can do it later, but maybe we could try it really quickly here. So if you're comfortable, close your eyes again. And I want you to imagine you're standing in front of somebody that you love. I want you to speak to them and tell them what you feel about them. And now, I want you to stand in front of somebody you don't really like. See the good in them and tell them. And if you can't see the good in them, imagine that Jesus is standing with you. What would he see in them? And what would he tell them? So I have to tell you, the first time I ever did that exercise, when it came to the last, I kind of was in a meditative state. And when I came to the last part, I imagined Jesus saying to them, why can't you be nicer to Ron? And when I got done, I went to my wife there and I told her that. And she looked at me and she said, you graduated from the School of Ministry? Actually, I made that up. But the truth is, on a serious note, if Jesus could see the good in them, why can't we? So I want to close, and I have to tell you this. When I first became a minister, and I saw things that I wanted to end with, and there were more than one, I would really agonize over which one to do. And now that I've been a minister for 25 years, I feel, oh, the heck with it, I'll do them both. So I'm going to do them both, and I hope I could get through the first one because it's pretty touching. She said, don't call the doctor. I want to fall asleep peacefully with your hand in mine. He told her about the past, how they met, their first kiss. They didn't cry. They smiled. They didn't regret anything. They were grateful. Then she repeated softly, I love you forever. He returned her words, gave her a soft kiss on the forehead. She closed her eyes and fell asleep peacefully with her hand in his. Love is really all that matters, because everyone comes into this world with nothing other than love and leaves with nothing other than love. Think about it. Profession, career, bank account, they're just goods. They're tools, nothing more. Everything stays here. So just love. Love those that really love you. Love as if there was nothing more important in your life. And the last thing I'll close with is words of wisdom from a Jewish prayer book. We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love, embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Have a great week.
Thank you so much, Reverend Ron. So this is the part of our service where we celebrate our abundance and our prosperity. And we'll start with a song together here. Resetting the stage a little bit. So, I need that too. Let's sing together More Than Enough. Please feel free to stand and join us on this. As you're physically able, stay seated if that's more comfortable for you. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred desire. There is already know, we'll actually make our donations as we leave the sanctuary after the service, so just go ahead and have a seat for now. There are planters by the doors, one here and one by the back door, and you can just drop your offerings as if planting the seeds of your prosperity and the prosperity of this ministry as you leave to go socialize in hospitality. Meanwhile, let's have our prosperity affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am grateful. Yes, and let's have Reverend Ron come and bless the offering that we know is forthcoming at the end of the service.
Bless this offering and the love from which it comes. And I know wherever it goes, it increases abundance, and whomever receives it feels the love, the caring, the kindness, and the joy from whence it came. And for that, I give thanks and blessings, and so it is.
Unity is a place of prayer, and we have prayer chaplains here to pray with you after the service. If you have a prayer need or a prayer desire, it can be something that's weighing on you. It can be something that you just want to celebrate with another human being. Can we have our chaplains put your hands up so we see where you are? We have Sophia here. She might be the only one today. She's right here in the front. Pat's in the back. Okay. And so I guess we'll say our prayer for protection, and then we'll have Randy come up for a moment. All right, prayer for protection. Can we get that up on the screen, please? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. So we're going to sing our peace song, but then I want you to sit back down because Randy needs you for a few minutes before we do God is our source and leave. All right? So let's stand and join hands across the aisle and sing our peace song. Socializing moments for about 6 or 7 minutes from now when Randy will have us do God is my source and exit the room. All yours, Randy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Pat, as Pat comes up, I want to just acknowledge Reverend Ron and his wife Becky for being here. I'm channeling Ron today because I knew that he was going to be speaking. And he's channeling me because he actually wore a tie today. So it's kind of dual things. We thank you for extending, and Ron, thank you for shortening up the talk just a little bit, so we could all just have a few minutes of your time instead of having you leave in hospitality and try to come back for a couple of very important announcements. First, though, Pat has something that she wants to say first.
Oh, okay. I would like to recognize not the last, where hopefully I'm affirming that this will continue into the new year, but I wanted to recognize two folks this morning who are wonderful volunteers. And so the first person is just a wonderful soul, keeps a very low profile, does so many things for Unity of Melbourne. I probably don't know half of them. But the latest thing she did was sand and paint the benches outside for our memorial garden. And so I would like to recognize our wonderful Barbara Harris for all the things that she does. And the second person is also someone who's very quiet, pretty much stays under the radar, our Joseph in the back, who, without whose help, our audiovisual person, who not only does the services and all those things, but no matter what we might need, if something comes up and, we need him to do something, smile, and then, of course, I'll do it. And so I wanted us all to thank Joseph and recognize him for all the good things he did. Thank you both so much.
Joseph, could I get you to go ahead and put that input up the slide deck for us, please? Okay, he's working on it because I threw it at him just about 5 minutes ago. But it's, I'm sorry?
See what I mean?
Absolutely, it sure does. The first slide is actually our board members. Pat Rizzo is the president of our board. And the other board members, Jim, would you go ahead and stand up too as well? Jim is on the board. Stephine is over with the kids right now, and we've got Kathy Hoffman and Chris Cherry are also.
And I just got a call from Chris that she's on her way in.
She's on her way in, okay. All right, so Joseph is going ahead and pulling that up. The next slide that's on there that I'm trying to remember from what I started at 5 a.m. this morning is a couple of activities that are coming up next Saturday, starting about 10 o'clock in the morning. If we can get as many, I'll qualify it by saying able-bodied volunteers, we're actually going to build the memorial garden. We picked up the carpet for it yesterday, and that was a challenge to actually get it on top of my Subaru. And it's in the hallway here, but we need some help laying it down. We've got to move the bench, the marble bench, granite bench, and that's going to be put together. And I know Derek's going to be there to help us as well on it. But we're going to make that work, and we're going to put the memorial bricks back up. And that is because we're going to need that memorial garden for the burning bowl ceremony. That's when we're going to dedicate it, and that will be, as you can see behind me, and I can see it behind you, is Sunday, December the 28th. So we're doing a true burning bowl where we're not going to put papers on dissolving paper. We're actually going to burn it, and we can burn it outside without the fire marshal getting all upset with us. The other thing is we will be having a Christmas Eve candlelight service here, and it's going to involve our youth as well. And the musicians are going to sing. That will be at 6:30 p.m. Darn it, I didn't put the time. 6:30 p.m. here in the sanctuary. And then the following Sunday, after the first Sunday in January rather, we have the used to be the white stone ceremony. It's now the white slate. The company that manufactured the Jerusalem stones went out of business. So we've had to make a slight change, but it's now a white slate ceremony. And that's going to be, expect some good things with that. And then our annual meeting is January the 18th, immediately following the service. Why is that important? Because the ministry has hired Reverend Mo Driscoll as our transitional consultant. And she will be installed on that Sunday, January the 18th. That's going to be her first Sunday speaking here. So it's an opportunity to move the ministry forward. Some of the things that Reverend Mo is going to be working with over the next year as part of her contract is she's going to be using the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. And the focus of that huge book is guiding this ministry, Unity of Melbourne, in aspects of taking radical responsibility, learning through curiosity, feeling all feelings, speaking candidly, eliminating gossip, and practicing integrity. She's also going to be facilitating monthly team building sessions with folks like prayer chaplains, the greeters, the platform hosts, and the fellowship. She's also going to be introducing a new membership model, the integral ministry membership model, that allows us to move forward with this ministry. It's not minister-centric, it's congregational-centric ministry. If there's an interest, she's going to be launching small group ministry. If there is interest, again, this is congregational-led ministry. And she's going to guide the formulation of a minister search committee that's going to align the application that is required, kind of an employment package basically is what it boils down to, with the ministry strengths. And she's going to learn what those ministry strengths are and guide us in that formation during this coming year. So 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year for this ministry. And I'm going to ask, just before we get into God is my source, because I know Deborah has to leave, is I'd like all of us to affirm this prayer. And I hope you can read it as we all affirm together. I align and fairly sizzle with the excitement to the wondrous opportunities and upcoming experiences Unity of Melbourne is about to embark. I am open and I will trust the process in bringing about the changes necessary as our spiritual community focuses on our future. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please, we'll be out. Pat and I will be out in the sanctuary.
Thank you, Randy. As usual, check the announcements in your bulletin and have a look at the bulletin board in the hall and the one in the hospitality area for more details about all the exciting things going on here at Unity of Melbourne. And with that, our service is finished. Let's sing God is my source as we drop our offerings and go out there to chat. Back there. Measures of rest. Unity of Melbourne. Have an awesome weekend.